man, so Bitcoin has begun to bounce despite a really hot jobs report. What is going on? Why is Bitcoin in this last 4-hourly candle up 1.5%, getting itself back above 20,000? Is there hope? I'm going to go into the report to explain exactly what has just come in and what this means for the crypto markets. As you can see here, the jobs figure came in hot again, 311,000 new payrolls versus the 225,000 Dow Jones estimate. This is a big drop from the 517 we saw in January, but it's showing that January wasn't just a blip, that there's still a lot more jobs being created than the market expects. Now, if we take a look, this was a mixed bag. There are some hidden gems in here, which is calming the markets down. And first and foremost, that is that the unemployment rate rose to 3.6% above the expectation for 3.4%. Of course, it's never good to see people losing their jobs, but in the context of investments, in the context of what the Fed is trying to achieve, we know that Jerome Powell wants to get this unemployment rate up towards 4 and then towards 5, and moving from 3.4 estimate to 3.6 is a good start, showing that we're getting a little bit of a cooling off. But I think the most important thing is this one. Average hourly earnings rose 4.6% from a year ago, below the estimate of 4.8. And then monthly increase of 0.2%, below the 0.4 estimate. Guys, this is a huge beat. Whenever there's month-on-month figures, people misunderstand. But the estimate was 0.4% inflation month-on-month on wages. That annualized is 4.8. Now, 0.2 shows that they're running at a run rate today. So 4.6 is saying, if I compare today to 1 year ago, wages grew by 4.6%. But if you compare this month to last month, we saw it only increase by 0.2, which if you annualize that, is 2.4% year-over-year inflation. This is major. This is what I was talking about in terms of the wage price spiral. You guys will know I've been speaking about this. I know it's boring for the crypto community, but this stuff is important. It shows that companies are starting to lose pricing power. If they're losing pricing power, that means consumers are saying enough is enough. We're not taking your high prices. Whereas before, consumers had money and they continued to buy it, creating more inflation. So now we're starting to see that there's no wage price spiral. And that is what Jerome Powell was referring to when he was giving his dumbish remarks. Remember when he was saying everything was disinflationary? He said that he doesn't mind if the labor market remains strong as long as the disinflation continues. And the reason he was okay saying that was because he could see that there was no wage price spiral just yet. So the market can take positively to this news. Well, how is the market responding? Well, if you take a look here, you can see here that now just 44.7% of the market is pricing in 50 basis points. This is a major pivot away. Yesterday, it was about 80% of the market pricing in 50 basis points. This morning, when we checked, it was about 60%. Now it's at 44. So now it's swinging the other way, where the majority of the market's now just expecting 25 basis points. But here's the crazy thing, and I don't think this is going to happen, but I want to put it on your radar. Jerome Powell could be put in a position where he may have to pause. I know this sounds crazy, but with all the chaos going on, if you haven't watched my live stream from this morning, make sure you get caught up on it. With all the banks and everything that's going on in terms of liquidity crises, we will have to make sure that Jerome Powell isn't fueling that. And he may need to pause in order to see what's going on before he carries on his plan. So just wanted to put that out there in case that starts to play out. We've also got to be very aware of what's going on with Silicon Valley Bank. I did cover this in the live stream earlier today, but it drops another 60% and is halted as pressure mounts on the banking sector. Remember, this is one of the biggest banks that deals with tech startups. So very similar to crypto. Remember, crypto is very risk on. When the markets are risk on, people love crypto. Crypto does really well. And tech startups are exactly the same. So Silicon Valley Bank has been struggling with the lack of deal activity throughout 2022. And of course, this prolonged bear market, just like many crypto companies have been as well. So this is creating a bit of a liquidity crunch, with many worried about what the knock-on contagion effect could be to other banks, right? Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank, what could be happening to some of the UK banks? There's contagion risk going on in the EU as well. Jerome Powell needs to get this right and maneuver us out of this tricky predicament. As we can see here on Bitcoin, it's trying to bounce here, getting a little bounce here at 19,600. Let's put up a little bit of a support line. Can this maintain? Can it work its way back to 21,300? It's not going to be easy, guys. Yes, this is one bit of data which is giving us a positive, but at the same time, the jobs growth was still too hot, right? We still had, you got to remember, you still got to look at this and say, it was still 311,000 new jobs created. That's not a joke. We need to take that seriously. On top of that, we know all the issues in terms of the New York Attorney Office, the NYAG, New York Attorney General, declaring that Ethereum is a security. KuCoin, we've seen all the drama going on with KuCoin. Cover that all off in this morning's stream, so make sure you get caught up on that. Guys, a lot of you will know I was at the Binance HQ in London. I managed to strangle them for a good deal for you. I couldn't get a good deal for you guys until now, but finally we got something for you guys. So now if you sign up using the link in the description to Binance, of course the world's biggest exchange, just by verifying you get $20, first deposit of $10. Just deposit $10, they're going to give you $30. And if you make a trade of $10 in crypto, which I hope all of you are doing, you're going to get $50. So in total, $100. But more importantly, you're then going to enter the giveaway where I'm going to give a bunch of merch away. So I went and robbed them. I went to the office, I robbed them, got a bunch of merch. I got Binance bags, I've got t-shirts, I've got all sorts. This is the Cristiano Ronaldo NFT t-shirt. I've got these t-shirts, I've got hoodies. I've got lots. So make sure you signed up. Make sure you're using my link in description. I will be doing giveaways. And the more you trade using that link in description, the more entries you're going to have for the giveaway. I want to take a look at the dollar index because we need to see that risk is rotating off. This is what will be fueling the crypto bounce. So let's jump on over to that. And we can see here straight away a down day here for the dollar index, getting nice smack here on the daily chart. You can see here, this is a daily candle it's printing today, nice and down. Similarly, the US 10-year plummeting, very good, 3.781 now. This is good. This shows that risk rotates on a little bit, but we've got to keep this in perspective. We cannot FOMO, we need to stay patient, we need to understand where we're at. And this is the chart I like at the moment for understanding where we're at in crypto. We're in this upwards trend. We got a major correction at the top of this channel. We came down, we met on my price target pretty much here at the bottom. Now we need to see, will support come in here? Can we start working our way up? Important data coming out next week, guys. We've got the CPI. We've got to look forward to the CPI on the 14th and then the PPI inflation next week. Then on the 22nd of March, we get the FOMC meeting. This is what's going to decide what's going on in the market. So we managed to get some good news today in terms of our average hourly earnings and the unemployment rate ticking up. That's good. Can we get CPI showing that it's ticking down? Can we get PPI showing the same? And that will calm the markets down. Now, of course, we've got to keep an eye on what's going on with the Silicon Valley Bank. We need to see what further contagion occurs from Silvergate. And if this liquidity crisis continues, if there's more contagion in European banks and UK banks, which I was hearing this morning, then maybe Jerome Powell's going to get put into a position where he'll have to take a pause. So far from a 50 basis points, maybe we're going to end up having a pause. I just want to put it on the radar there because that could be absolutely insane. Just to kind of give you some of the downside scenarios if in case the market decides to have another dump whilst I'm off the air. And you can see here Bitcoin's at a very important level. It lost 20k quite easily, right? It's trying to reclaim it right now. But if it fails that, you need to look for support at the next levels. There's a little bit of support in 19,500, but after that, the real support I like is the green line, and that is the bottom of our channel. You can see here how long we rode the bottom of the channel here, and we even rode it in June of 2022. So this is an important level, 18,700, and the closer we get to this pocket here, around where my cursor is, around this 18,700, 19,000 mark, that is personally where I'm going to be looking to DCA in. I don't want to FOMO in just yet. I want to wait to see where do we get to, and you guys know I like to nibble. I don't just make one big purchase. If I want to DCA $1,000, I don't just go, oh look, right now I'm going to DCA $1,000 at 20,000. No, because this could fall down to 19,000, it could fall to 18,700, and I want to be prepared to nibble around here. After that, if we lose 18,700, then things get really painful. Then you're looking at 17,500, and then you're looking at 16,200. Those are the key levels I'm seeing here on the charts. A lot of you guys have been asking me to look at certain altcoins, but altcoins are in a very difficult position right now, guys. You can imagine if Bitcoin is struggling, altcoins will be struggling as well. With Phantom, you've got important support coming up here at 30 cents. Losing that, you're looking at 24 as the next set for major support. A lot of people were asking me about Polygon Matic as well. Again, you want to look at the trend line for Matic. It's got a nice upward trend line coming around here at 91 cents. And again, these are the kind of projects now I'll be looking at now that they become far more affordable to see if I want to be nibbling. But not just yet. I still expect this macro issue can continue to get worse. If we get a bad CPI next week, if these banking issues continue to play out, if the US continues to attack crypto with whatever else they come up with outside of the mining electricity tax, New York Attorney General targeting KuCoin, of course they banned BUSD. They're all after crypto right now. They won't give us a spot ETF. So we've got to stay on the back foot, and we've got to be be very calm and poised. So there you have it, guys. That's the crazy jobs report and what it means for the crypto market. Let me know, what are you doing in this market? Don't forget to smash those likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out the link to Binance in the description, and I'll see you in the next one.